Hello everyone, welcome back to Daily NDE Stories. Today we're going to talk about Felix who died on the battlefield and then he just gave him a message bring back to Earth. Hello Daily NDE Stories. I will not give up full name because I don't want to get caught by any organizations. Will also not talk about the timelines. I will only inform you about my experience. I will also not name the country. I was fighting in to keep my identity safe in this date in my life. I haven't talked about this with anybody apart from a friend of mine. And that friend of mine died a week ago. You would not believe what I just said, but he was trying to be as supportive as he can. Sadly, cancer had the best of him. Let's get into my story. I remember I was when I started to dream about going into the military. Airports always struck me. I would look up at the sky, and I'll see all the airplanes, and I wanted to fly them, only to realize that flying was not my only desire. I wanted to be a fighter. But there was another problem in my life, and that is I was not coming from a place of wealth. My parents were not that rich, and I had to do it on my own. I talked about it with my parents. They were like, we will support you as much as we can in order for you to go to. The problem was that we ran out of money to even pay for my college, but luckily I was told that in 6 months from now, we're going to have military selections from our university. I saw that as my only opportunity to win at life because I was not good in studies, and I've always dreamed of doing something military legislated. Started to work out day and night. I was not someone who only works out on the day for the sake of it. I knew that military selections are the toughest selections in the entire country, so I had to join a proper gym for working out. I would go there and stress my entire body every single day without taking a day off. Inventor selections arrived. I managed to be the first person to get selected in the selection. The selection went on for 3 days, and I outperformed every single activity they wanted me to do. I became so good in it that it was evident to everyone that I'm not going to get selected. I will also get a distinction. I asked the military people to pay for my college fees and all my other expenses if to join the military, and they immediately agreed for it. I come to realize that when it comes to examinations like these, all they need to check is the emotional intelligence of a person and the physical fitness of working under stress. After this period of time, they took me to a place where I was being trained for 8 months non-stop. Since I chose to be in the Air Force, all of the three forces have their different training periods and different training places. The Air Force training went on pretty good. I thought it would end there, but it didn't. I was taken to another place for 1 entire year where I was taught about all planes, all the missiles, everything A to Z aviation stuff, and how to start fight properly. I was taught how to take away people. I was also taught all of the roles that are entitled for any soldier to perform at a war. I must include that during the training, one of the best part is they teach everyone to do everything, which means that if there happens to be a situation that our medical brothers are dead, then any one of us can choose their role to play of a medical doctor, and likewise goes for them too. Although their mainstream is to heal people, and they are taught about it, but they are also taught to fight in a battlefield so that in case of emergency, anyone is able to survive. After my training period was over, I joined the Air Forces. I went on for 2 or 3 small boards, which are not talked about in the world. After 2 years, I was assigned my own team, and I was the head of it. That is, I was the captain. It was an incredibly proud moment for me. And my team, they knew me for a year now. We went on to multiple places, and I deserve it. We were assigned a mission to go to this country, where we have to win, and the odds were in their favor. But we weren't scared. My team and my other soldiers from different teams were all united, and we were almost excited because it was not the first time you were facing a challenge like that. But the real reason why what I wasn't aware of for losing would be my own team. When we landed to that place, we were supposed to fight for 3 days. The armed forces, we're doing the job so pretty well. Until we were asleep, one of us comes inside the room, tells me that he's seen a soldier from our country go to power place from our basement. We both tried to follow him. We didn't find him until the next morning, but as you know, in cases of war, everybody loses track of the amount of people we generally have. I went away to bring more men from my country, but while I was flying the plane, I only had me. I had bad guy with me. We were casually talking about how to move forward for our next battle plan until he takes out his gun and shoots me multiple times. I think I was shot 8 times in total. I could see my body leave my soul in that fraction of a second. I hated that he would do something like that, not because he killed me, but because he was betraying his own country. But the very next weekend, I started to lose all my emotions and feel utter peace. As I opened my eyes, I found my soul in a white bed. And as I looked around, there was infinite parts. There was no end in any direction toward the light. Was the most vibrant colors, and I could see the kingdom Jesus spoke of. It was blurred to me, though. I could see it was there, but I could not see in detail what was happening inside the kingdom or who was there, or anything of that sort. In that moment, I instantly knew I was not allowed into heaven either, not at this time. Then the voice came back and said, "It's almost time to go back. Are you ready?" A very young man comes up to me and tells me, "Welcome, my child. I've been waiting for you." I was shocked to see this out, and I asked them, "How am I here?" He tells me, "Your time period on earth was almost over. This, my dear, is heaven. You're supposed to be here. You belong here." Okay, here we are at home. I already felt comfortable when I was in the bed. There was a different kind of comfort and peace at this place, and there was something in his voice that was healing me. I get long started to hello continuously nonstop, and I've never failed happier than what I was feeling at that moment. He tells me that he doesn't have much time right now. "I will talk to you when you come back here. I need you to send a message to someone at Earth, which is why you need to go back, my child. Don't worry, your life will not stop there. You just needed to come here to meet me for the message." "Why would you choose me?" "My child, your soul has traveled multiple dimensions. Earth is not your first planet. You have been extremely kind to every being on all planets I have sent you. Your determination towards positivity and togetherness, what made me choose you. And in this life you chose to be a military captain, which gives all the more reason for your leadership. We are on the verge of starting something which will last 3 to 4 long years, or we can make it never happen. That being said, let me show you a glimpse of our kingdom and how beautiful your home is. My child will help you navigate through. I need to be somewhere else. See you later, my child." "Thank you, Jesus," I replied. He disappeared right in front of me. Another man instantly appeared and took me to a place. There was a gate, and inside it was a well with water coming from a cloud. There were several pathways that led to the most beautiful opening I've seen. Its structure was very complicated, unlike straight building or domes or halls. I saw 3 angels flying towards them. He tells me to rest by the lake of unicorns and then go back to Earth to fulfill my purpose. He also told me that when I will come back after living my earthly life, he will remind my soul about him. Since we both have crossed multiple universes together and we are very close friends. But for that, I have to forget my earthly emotions, which will happen in the afterlife. He told me about how we need to save the world from causing a war. He told me about 5 people and explained to them what they need to do in order to stop it. Actually, if they get the message, well, the war will never happen. All this needs to be done within 24 hours. I came back to Earth and I saw myself waking up from our military hospital. I went to these 5 people, and to my shock, every single one of them did not even second doubted my words. While the entire world was thinking that I am some crazy maniac if I would tell them. They also told me to keep all this secret until you find the right people to talk to. This was the right community I found after 5 years of that event. I am still in the Air Force. I will retire in next 3 years. And to my happiness, the war never happened. God told me to tell everyone to spread love and kindness, for that is what our world relies on and needs the most. Thank you so much for listening to my story, and I hope all of you are doing okay. Lastly, I want to thank you for your prayers and tell you that they mean a lot to me. That does it for today's experience. Thank you so much, Felix. Hope you're doing okay, and feel free to reach out if you want to. We are in this together as a community to support everyone. Do you think we are headed for a new world war? Let us know what you thought in the comment section below. As always, continue to stay safe and be blessed.